Sorry about that. I had to change my light. My phone died on me, and I had to switch to a different phone. So as I was saying, oh, oopsie, um, you're just very attractive at this time with this tower and Ace of Wands energy. You're extremely attractive, and it's it's very easily noticed by everyone around you at this time how attractive you really are. It's almost like you have this magnetic ability about you. They can see and feel that there's these big shifts happening in your life, and it's got them excited and turned on, but also intrigued and interested in what that really means for you. They've also noticed that there's a little bit of a like I said, like you're warming up, and there's an element again to that coldness that they feel, but it's almost like that coldness is starting to melt away. And people are noticing that. They're noticing that you're not as restricted as you have been in the past, when it comes to the way that you think and the way that you act. Instead, you kind of show up a lot more dominating and demure at the same time, which is so intriguing because for someone to be dominating, it means that their appearance, right? And not just appearance in like the way that you actually appear to people, but like your presence. That's the better word. Your presence. Ooh, excuse me. Your presence. Oh, my nose is getting itchy. Your presence is changing, and you're able to convey an energy that's sweet and innocent while also showing that you're not to be played with. And I think it kind of shocks people because so many people have an image of you that they thought would last, right? So with the Nine of Wands to the Nine of Swords, and both being in reverse, right? Nine of Wands is that final, I'm hearing that song, the final countdown. Like it's that type of energy of like you have this last standing battle energy going. You're like, I got one more in me type of energy. Where the Nine of Swords, we kind of talked about a little bit earlier when we talked about the Eight of Swords and that transition into the Swords energy as we get close to the end of it. And with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands, first off, we have to acknowledge that there's double nine energy here. Nines are speaking to completion. You are completing something, right? You're literally transitioning and moving away from something, moving towards something else. And it's very powerful. You're at that end. You're at that literal final battle. And after this battle, you start over. We had some aces come out to show that new start is literally right here in your hands. And with these both being reversed, I find that to be so much more refreshing of an energy, because what it's telling me is you're not willing to keep fighting the same mental battles. You're not willing to keep coming up against anxiety. You're not willing to keep being trapped anymore. That is what you're willing to do, is you're letting it go. I'm hearing like let go, let God energy. You're allowing the universe to really come in and shake up your world, right? Tower energy. Really come in, change things for me, move me in the direction of what I'm passionate about, move me in the direction of things that I love, and keep me away from things that make me feel trapped or restricted, right? You're not allowing your past to hold you back anymore. And if anything, with the Four of Wands there, you've learned a few new tricks from your past, right? Your past taught you a lot of things emotionally, and now you're able to take what you learned and build a strong foundation on top of everything. You're cementing what you've learned. Like I said, even here with this Knight of Pentacles, I wanted to say Knight of Swords, but Knight of Pentacles energy here. The Knight of Pentacles is really the slowest moving knight. And even though he's the slowest moving, he gets the job done. I don't see things moving slow And again, like I said, sometimes with reversals, it can mean like a double down on an energy, right? It's like you're so slow to move away from these thoughts. But that's not the way I'm seeing it, because again, with that Five of Pentacles before it and the Four of Wands after it, I'm actually seeing it as it's coming in more like a Knight of Swords energy or a Knight of Wands energy, where you're picking up pace. You're realizing it's like, you've done the evaluation. If the Knight of Pentacles is upright, you're standing there and you're looking out into what's ahead of you before you take that first step. Well, you've looked over everything and you're just taking the step, right? It's more like a fool energy. Like you're going to charge ahead. And because whatever you're building upon is much more stable, and that while you have to be direct and clear about what you want, you also know how to use honey, or what is it? You get more bees with honey than vinegar, or sugar than vinegar, something like that. You're able to sweeten the way that you approach people, and you don't come off as kind of unemotional. You actually come off as someone who's genuinely in tune with the way that they feel, and they're warm and they're comforting, and they understand the reason why they have to be this way. Sometimes I do have to be cold, but sometimes I can still give the same message and not be as heartless and cruel in the way that I deliver it. You're really learning how to master your words, and I really feel like that's really strongly emphasized here because of that balance of that masculine and feminine energy coming through. Like, if this again is a partnership, you are done with partners that are really abrasive and really aggressive towards you, because you understand that you can have and you will attract a partner who's a much better match to you, who's more stable, knows what they want, and they're willing to move towards you, because even if money is tight, you guys can overcome that. It's like it's coming into that understanding of, I know I'm the Empress, I know I'm the Emperor, I know I have the ability to lead from the front. I don't need to wait on anyone to give me permission. I give myself permission, and I'm moving and flowing with the universe, and I'm willing to deal with any towers that come in my way, anything that's coming up to block or stop me. Judgment is going to be passed on that person, and it's going to clear them out, with haste. So I know I can accomplish and do what I need to do. I'm going to just pull a final, I'm grabbing the deck here. I'm just going to pull a final, advice card here. So, Spirit, what is our advice card? Oh, oh, wow. I can't make this up. So our final advice card here is the King of Cups. So literally what I told you, you no longer have to show up as this unemotional, cold, detached person. You have learned to master those emotions. You have learned to master that characteristic of yourself. Again, when you're the Emperor or the Empress, you have been every king. You have been every queen. And you learned which kings and queens you need to show up as to get the best result for yourself. This is a balance of the mental and the emotional. This is someone who's caring and compassionate. He's not a pushover. I think a lot of times we think of the mask of the male water signs as sometimes being emotional. And yes, they can be. They can be emotional, but they're not emotional in the sense of like their emotions are outrageous. It's the opposite. You're so in tune with your emotions. You're so balanced in your emotions and so tapped with your emotions that you're able to really allow that judgment to come in. I'm even just covering up that King of Swords because it's like, this is that shift. Remember, I literally said it's like you come in as this more emotional, more passionate king energy. And that's exactly how I see it. So if this is your partner in the past may have really come in as this King of Swords reverse, very, very heartless, very cruel, just did not just disregarded your feelings, your emotions, made you feel so unloved, and you had to step really into that Empress energy, or if you're a masculine, you really had to step into that Emperor energy. And this forced them to change who they are and how they come towards you, because they realize they do see a future with you. They do see a life with you. They do see growth and expansion with you, and with you solely. And give me a moment. Excuse me. Sorry, that nose itching. They're really so they're so in love with you. They're just so in tune with you. You to them represent the epitome of what a woman or a man is. You're everything. And the idea of not having you, the karma that they've had to endure from showing up to you in this King of Swords reverse energy, has humbled them. And I know a lot of people don't like the word humble, and I don't like the context of which we use the word humble, which is to make someone feel like they're beneath another. But I don't think that this is what I'm seeing it as. When I'm seeing it in this terms of humbleness, it's more like humility. It's more like compassion. It's more like the universe has taken this time to put this person down and say, do you really want to risk losing this that you've asked for in this lifetime because you would not show up to this person in the way that they deserve to see you? They want to see you in your glory. They want to see you loving and caring, and they want to see you do it for them. They're not asking that you have to be that way towards everybody else. And it's so interesting because when I talk about my divine masculine, the way I've seen him, I always say it in a very funny way that he's the sweetest, most kind, most gentle man I've ever met in my life, but only towards me. And I'm not saying he's cruel and mean and heartless to others, but in a sense, that softness is the reward I've earned. Him showing me the gentle, compassionate, caring version of himself is a reflection of the way that he sees me in his life. And that's how I'm seeing this energy with this King of Cups. Also, this is a Scorpio card, which I'm a Scorpio, so I love the King of Cups every time I see it, because it just reminds me so much of how beautiful that Scorpio energy really is when we are at our best versions of ourselves. And that's exactly what I'm seeing coming through. Is there have been things that he made, and if we want to look at it and say, this, if you're feminine, your energy is is the Empress, and your masculine's journey to get to you has had him start off where he knew who he was, got lost somewhere, a connection happened between him and you, or maybe even the separation that happened between him and you, where he saw you become trapped in your thoughts because of the way he treated you in the past, which led to karma being passed on to him. A harsh karma where he realized he very well could lose you because he made you feel like you were left out in the cold and abandoned, and it put a slowing down on your connection, and it almost destroyed your relationship, all because he was being heartless. But the universe is giving him a second chance, okay? If you're divine masculine, the universe is giving you that second chance. It's giving you a chance to fix things. You're able to now see things very differently than you've ever seen them before. And it's allowing you to recognize that while, yes, there was a time and a place when you needed to be that King of Swords energy, but now that you found your partner, it's okay that if you still want to sometimes keep up that that version of yourself to protect you from the people who don't deserve to see your gentleness and your kindness, and that's fine. That wall and those boundaries need to be high. Those standards need to be high. But when you are with your divine feminine, it is okay to come up and show her that gentleness, the softness, the eloquence of how beautiful you are and how articulate you are. You're like a natural poet. It's like I'm literally hearing poetry being read into my ears. It's so romantic and beautiful. And it's like you're like the most romantic, sweet, kind, endearing man she's ever met, right? And that's okay to be too. It's okay to show her that side of you. And yes, even if you've been through some things with your divine feminine, you do recognize she is your divine feminine. And all she needs and all she's asking for from you is that you show her how much you really care, how much you really love and value her, and that you're not afraid to allow yourself to be vulnerable with her, because she's not someone that's going to play with that vulnerability and abuse you. She's going to take your kindness, she's going to nurture it, she's going to be gentle with it, and she's going to take everything you give her and she's going to multiply it and multiply it again and again and again and again. And you will never lose by being that version of yourself with her. All you're doing is showing the universe why you deserve her, why you deserve this connection. And like I said, that is actually what's caused the shift, because the separation has actually led to you both finding your own ways to make wealth come in, to move things in a way. And ironically, you're still migrating back to each other. So even though you're wanting a new start, it's a new start that's connected to your past. You're still going right back to each other. So you'll never really evade each other, no matter how much you've endured or how many fronts you've put up. You'll always end up back together. And it's because that's what the universe intended for it to be, that the connection will find its way back to each other. So just have faith and trust it. Everything is working out in divine timing, and it's a very beautiful connection. You just have to remember to really allow yourself to show up as who you truly are, not who the world has convinced you have to be. And that softness and that gentleness, when you open that door, oh, the floodgates of the universe are going to pour out. Remember, the wheel of fortune, the strength is here, the Hierophant is here. That relationship that you want, it's all here for you. All of this is there. You just have to truly allow yourself in, allow the confidence to come through, and allow yourself to find your inner feminine. And for my feminines, find the power in your inner masculine. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Be blessed and be a blessing. Mwah. Love you guys.